Corky, do you want to take us through that race?
Okay, well, let's spin down into the start and see where it all set out within that race. Obviously, a long, hard race for all of these sailors, but right at the start, this is where the advantage suddenly took place straight away for some of these sailors. Again, we saw that breeze moving around towards that right-hand side. Because of that right-hand shift, everyone held on to a longer starboard tack. So anyone that was just struggling for a lane took a little jump out and then came back. And then as we go into the second scene, we can see Sweden just taking that tack out now and just trying to come back across the Finnish boat, f1nn, as they come away from the rest of the fleet. And so as we approach that top gate, we can see how it converges, and the boats are tightly packed in. You can see in the mini-map there with those 4 boats tightly congested in. But the Finnish boat, f1nn, is in charge there, but being bounced out towards the left-hand side. Max Selmanen now taking that tack again, so we see them taking this slight tacking duel, defensive way. But now we'll spin forward to scene 3 and look at the gate and how they panned out as they went back downwind. So let's move through to scene 3. And then as we get down towards that bottom gate, we can see f1nn held on to his lead. Max Selmanen was tucked in behind. A big move from Tom Ramshaw as he came down that leeward side, held on to a great position. So that brought him right into the mix. And again, the pressure was on Jonathan Lobert heading out towards the other side. And as well as we saw Luke Miller pick up a couple of penalties on that downwind leg. Sorry, that first upwind leg, and so it was playing catch-up all the way through. This is how it generally sat on the way on that final upwind. A couple of big moves from Andre Tepley and Luke Muller. Luke Muller was the one that made the biggest advantage on this next upwind leg. So we'll spin through to the next scene, and we can identify how they were coming back down through the gate. So there we can see that dog leg through to finish where they're headed. Strong performance from f1nn out in front, has led through, kept his nerve all the way through, and that was good enough for silver. Tom Ramshaw was pushing his way through. Luke Muller was the one that did the biggest move all the way through the fleet and secured himself that bronze medal as he went through on that side. As they came back towards that gate mark and the finish line, Max Selmanen was just positioned well enough that it enabled him to hold on to the gold medal. So a very tight race, a lot of constant looking over their shoulders, trying to keep that speed and momentum on. But a great race, and certainly shows that, again, even with a penalty being picked up or misjudgment on the line or a lane on the way out, anything's possible to still hang on to that medal right through to the finish.